Alright, so first thing I do is just get a towel, mainly to protect myself from grease and stuff. This machine's actually 14 years old. It's in really good condition, so it's definitely worth repairing. So first thing I do is just bring the machine and I put it on my knee like that. And then you just need a socket to go onto a nut that's on the base of the machine. Yeah, don't know if you can see it, but underneath there's a nut. So you can put a socket on there to undo it, and it looks like it's around about 14 mil. So the first thing you do is just undo the nuts. And they shouldn't be too tight unless they're rusty, but they generally don't rust. So you just undo that, wobble them off and take that off. I'll just use my knees just to hold the machine, it's just easier. Same thing, just wobble and it comes off. Now, the next thing you do is take the suspension out. So you've got to actually lift them up because the drum sits on the rubber mount. Nothing else holds it on there, just its weight. So what I do is just sort of support it. This is very sharp, this edge, so sometimes I'll put a towel or something over it. And I actually grab the suspension, levering from the base of the machine. As you can see, you're lifting it up, pull it out. Now you've got to be very careful not to cut your fingers on there. So you just wiggle, wiggle, and slowly let it come down, and it's off. And then this part here, wiggle, and take it out. Of course, the rubber mount is still in there. So when you buy the suspension kit, everything's in there. So you're going to throw everything out. You just got to try and get it out. They do get stuck in there, so you just got to prise it out. There we go, it's coming. There it is there. So when you buy the suspension kit, because I'll just reuse this one for now, you'll get it in all these bits in the box. I think it's about $180 for a kit from Asko, give or take. So that's how you'll get the shockers, all like that. So then you just got to assemble it before you put them together. So obviously I'd put that on, first you put that washer on, then you pop the rubber mount on. And you set it into there. So what you've got to do is you've got to try and get it back in there. Best way to do it is with some dishwashing liquid. Just imagining this is the new suspension. So you just put some soap on it. Now what you've got to do is pop it into the hole. And you've got to lift the drum up, so it's quite hard sometimes, but you've just got to protect your arm from that metal. So lift up and push, and as you can see, we're getting there. And it's in. So under its own weight, you can just pull it down. That is now in. So then all you've got to do is just reassemble underneath. So the rubber mount would go on first, then the washer, and then the nut. And that is it. It's extremely simple.